My name is Jennifer. This is for my independent study. This is my cold interpreting assignment. I've never watched this video before. I haven't practiced it beforehand or viewed any portion of it. So I'm going to do this. I'm not quite sure exactly the length of it, but I'm going to do it in its entirety.
Hello. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Aiden Burke, and I want to tell you a story. A story about a deaf door opportunity outing where we travel around the country.
Tell me about DOOR.
It's a deaf opportunity outreach program that was set up for deaf to travel to different families as teenagers. In practice, they learn music and they learn about the arts and drama. But it's really hard practice. And if you decide to go, you have first to go to it lasts a week, and if you decide to go, you have to travel to Chicago. It's an internship where you learn about drama and you observe and you respect your host. It almost feels like a test.
Where did you go after Chicago?
After Chicago, we went to Minneapolis, Indiana. It was really fun and nice. We had to gather some money together. But it was really no problem for me.
After Minneapolis, where did you go next?
After Minneapolis, we traveled with our host to Canada. Oops. After we finished the week with music and that time with our host, we traveled to Vancouver, Canada. It was a really nice place. It was interesting to look around. And then I was asked to do a few different lawn jobs and stuff for money at different houses. I was kind of like, what, are you serious? But I went ahead and did it and worked, and I did the different activities and jobs that I needed to do. I mowed lawns and did different things. There's one girl who had a really nice house. And there was not fancy food and clothes. I didn't know how to explain it. But I kept on working. And looking back, that's just kind of funny.
That was quite an experience in Vancouver. What was your next stop?
Next time we went to Seattle, Washington. Again, we worked with music. And this time it was a 4-week trip. We went to different stores and bought some things. It was fun. And as the sun went down, I realized it was time to go back. Because they told us that we had to watch the time or we might get in trouble. And there's one group of us that they kind of tended towards getting in trouble. We decided to leave early. And we saw that group of people run down the street. And we arrived at our host team. They weren't really mad. But they asked us where that other group of people was. Where's Daniel? Where's Daniel? And we didn't know. We had to look for him. We asked the police to come and help us. And there was a big, long search. It was late at night, so I just decided to stay at the house. And then an officer showed up with Daniel. Someone he said was Daniel. I said, well, who's that? They saw him lying on the ground. A block earlier, a block before the host team, someone had mugged him and stolen his camera and his shoes, and he had been passed out on the side of the corner right before the house. I felt bad for him.
That's terrible. I hope Daniel is okay. Where did you go after that?
Next we went to San Francisco. Wow, lucky me. I gotta go on break and see my parents early. My friends were all jealous because they still had 4 weeks left of traveling. And I had a little break. I felt really lucky. One of my friends told my mom to go back home. She told my parents, later, go back home. We went on a bicycle ride with a group of us. It was really fun. We helped some other teenagers and did some other things.
That's neat that you got to see your parents in San Francisco. Where did you go next?
Next, we got to go to Los Angeles. There were a ton of teenagers there, mostly hearing. There were some really hot girls, too. Ooh, I was excited. A group of us went to Long Beach. Got to see some videos and other things, but I unfortunately had to miss it. Because I had to go to Colorado Springs. It was a really nice place, too. It's really amazing because on one end it's flat, on the other end there's the Rockies. It's amazing. You see water coming down the mountain. It's just a really beautiful place. And then at night, when the sun goes down, I have to go to my host team. But there was like this hailstorm as I was driving home. It was just us boys. We're all looking around at each other. We decided to act a little bit crazy and get hit by the hail outside of the window, hung our head out the windows. It was a little bit painful, but it was really fun. Oh well.
You really are a daredevil. Where did your group go next?
Armadillo, Texas was where we went next. So nice. It's flat though. Wow, it's flat. We did some drama stuff and we relaxed. Hung out with my host team. The clouds were really dark, but in these flat, awkward layers. And I'm driving along and I see this, and across the outside of the window, I see someone points out a tornado. As you looked out on the horizon under the cloud line, you saw it, and like there was no wind at all. It was crazy, but over there's a tornado. Wow, how did that happen? I thought that was interesting. But I was a little bit doubtful. It just seemed like maybe it was a little bit of a storm. And then when we left, the next place we went was Alabama. It was nice too. Fancy though, wow. There's a few different cultures there, and there was this neat mission. It was amazing. A storm hit there too. Lightning, and wow, I was a little bit scared. What do we do? What do we do? I kept on asking my friends, and I was a little bit shaky. The storm that hit. You know, they told us just be patient, don't be frightened, calm down. And it all went quiet a few hours later. It was a long storm for me, but I relaxed eventually.
Sounds like you had a close call in Amarillo. Where did you go after Alabama?
So we decided to go to North Carolina. And we met up with this guy in a wheelchair. He's a famous singer. He got in a swimming accident. When he dove, he hit the bottom. Anyway, he was telling a story about music and drama, through music and drama, and how he's gone to different countries and met with the deaf. You name it, this guy could do just about anything. But there was only one problem. I had to go back home.
So, did you enjoy the long trip?
Yeah, well, you know, traveling is very, you know, seeing different cultures and different people, learning different things. Yeah, I mean, it's neat.
That was really interesting. Thanks for sharing your experience with me today.